Hello loves! Today we're going to do an everyday glowy winter makeup look, so of course grab a snack, get cozy, or grab all your products and let's do some makeup together. Let's start off with the brows first. I'm going to use the Blade & Shade pencil from NYX in the shade Black. This has the tiniest, most precise tip. It's a little bit smaller than the micro brow pencil, so if you like that one, I think you would really love this one because I feel like you can be even more detailed with it. And it does not matter how simple a makeup look is, the brows need to be painted. So I've been really loving this one. It's a little bit creamier too than the micro brow pencil, so they're similar but a little bit different. Pretty much like sisters, but not twins. I always have to be so focused when I do my brows because they really are the foundation for the rest of the makeup look. Then I'm going to clean up the brows with the Pro Fix Correcting Concealer from NYX in the shade Natural. This stuff is the best. I just go right under my brows and kind of just do a little line like that. And then I concentrate the product with a brush right underneath and clean them up. And that is it. This is a beautiful concealer formula. It's not too thick, but it still has a nice creamy consistency. So I just blend it in with a brush, and then to set the brows in place so that they don't move all day, Ardell Brow Glue. I like to give it one good press with my finger just to really assure that the brows are in place. Now let's get into the rest of the skin prep. So for my lips, I always like to have a nice moisturizing lip balm, and this is the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment from Ole Henriksen. This one has been my favorite in a Lingonberry Jam Glimmer. I have all the flavors, but this is one of my top ones. It gives a little bit of like a berry tint, but it's so moisturizing. And whenever I'm not wearing any makeup, I like the way this looks because it kind of just brings the lips back to life and it enhances my natural lip color. And then before makeup, I love this double serum all-in-one multi-balm from Dalba because it also hydrates the under eyes, but then concealer applies beautifully over top, and I find it to just wear better throughout the day since you have that nice hydrated layer. And you could honestly apply this wherever you have any dry spots, even like around my nose. Sometimes I'll just hit it like right here and just apply it. It is amazing. Now for the rest of the skin, I'm going to prep with the best sunscreen under makeup from Dalba that you can also use as a primer, and huge thank you to Dalba for sponsoring today's video. So there are two versions of the SPF. The Dalba White Truffle Waterful Tone Up Sunscreen. This one has a light pink brightening effect which evens out your skin tone and gives a natural glowy finish. So if you want to enhance your skin tone with a natural pink glow, this one is it, and it gives that radiance from within. And then there's also the Dalba White Truffle Waterful Essence Sunscreen. And this one has more of a watery texture, so it's perfect if you want something very hydrating. But with both of these, you're going to get that ultra lightweight texture, SPF 50, and no greasiness and no white cast. And I love to apply my SPF with a brush because I feel like I can just really paint it on and get into every part of my face. I also hit my ears. It's such a nice product too because it won't interfere with any of your other makeup products. It won't pill or anything. It's just a really beautiful lightweight sunscreen. And then if you know, you know, I love to use my Dalba First Spray Serum in both my skincare and makeup routine because it's so versatile. This is a 4-in-1 product that you can use as a toner, a serum, setting spray, and a booster in between makeup layers. With the oil and serum double layer, you get those deep hydrating and anti-aging benefits. Just make sure you shake it before you use it. And it has a beautiful lightweight fine mist that's going to give you truly glass skin. And if you ever want to enhance the glow to any of your foundations, take your beauty sponge, apply the foundation on there, and then spray the Dalba First Spray Serum onto your sponge, and that's going to enhance the glow and make your skin look even more luminous and radiant. And this will work great with any foundation, but I love this little trick, especially now in the winter, because I love extra glowy skin because my skin can get a little bit more dry in certain areas. So this is really going to assure that your makeup is luminous and won't get cakey throughout the day. So Dalba Skincare is worth trying on Amazon. Check them out. I will have a direct link for everything I used down below in the description box. And thank you, Dalba, for working with me today. And by the way, the Skin Perfector Essence from CoverGirl is next level. Your skin but better, but the texture is just so fascinating to me because it's watery little beads. But then you see once you blend it in, it gives you coverage. So I'm just adding a little extra on this side with a brush just to cover up those little scars that I have there, but I love it. And then with the Dalba First Spray Serum, you can also spray your brushes as well if you want to, again, amp up the glow. And you can use that with all of your cream and liquids. Then I'm going to use one of, I think, the most underrated concealer formulas, the JoA Eye Serum Concealer. This is so good. Very lightweight, again, kind of gives skincare and makeup vibes in one, which is pretty much the theme in today's video. So you're gonna twist it up. Packaging can get messy, but it's worth it. The formula is really good. It's very thin, but it still provides coverage. I find it to be also very forgiving. Like if you do a lot of product, you can, because it won't get cakey because it's so thin. And I feel like with this sponge applicator, it just distributes everything really nicely onto the skin. The concealer sits beautifully on the skin throughout the day as well. So if you have more dry under eyes, or if you prefer a more thinner formula with your concealer, you will love this one. Then we bronze with the bronzer and contour duo from e.l.f. This one is in the shade light medium. Love this color because it kind of is a hybrid of warm and cool toned a little bit. And this does have a good amount of pigment, so I like to apply a pretty generous amount right on the back of my hand and then work from here onto my skin. And with a Real Technique soft sculpting brush. This one is a little bit smaller, but it's angled and dense. It's good if you want to give yourself a little chisel. I think I'm going to skip out on cream blush today and just do a cream bronzer because I have some really good powdered blushes that honestly don't even need to be layered. I really like to just stipple that into my skin. Very light tapping motions. I also like to just hit right on the sides of my nose. I love my nose, but I always like to do just a slight bit of color. And then if you ever are doing your bronzer, I also like to take my bronzer sometimes and just kind of blend away any excess right on the palm of my hand, because then with the warmth of my hands, I can also just blend the product a little bit more seamlessly as well. When you have a makeup look that is this glowy and you want to keep the glow, use a powder that has a little bit more of a natural finish or a satin finish versus something with a matte finish. I'm going to use the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder from Makeup by Mario because this has a natural finish. Very airbrushed on the skin, so it's still going to set everything down so that nothing moves. So I'm going to really concentrate the product with a puff on my under eye area first. This powder really gives airbrushed skin. I love it. I'm dragging it down a little bit in this area because I do get some oils peeking through right here. I'm just going to take a little bit also from the puff right in between my brows because that's where I get pretty shiny. But for everywhere else, I'm going to use a fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to just take whatever is left over on the cap. I'm just going to dust the rest of the powder onto my skin very lightly. Just to again set everything down, but in a very natural way so that it's not too much powder at once, and then we keep that glow going. Then I'm going to use my ambient lighting palette from Hourglass. I'm going to use both of the blushes along with some of this highlighter right here, and I'm going to use a Revie Beauty blush brush and just apply this right on the apples of my cheeks. I love this formula. It does not even need to be layered over a cream because it is so beautiful on its own, and it's long wearing, and it won't emphasize any of your texture too. So definitely recommend these Hourglass palettes, but in general, Hourglass blushes are definitely one of my favorites. I'm just adding a little bit of the berry blush kind of around my temples here to create a bit of like a gradient. Sometimes I like to just also take my brush and swirl it into everything and just put it all over my face, and it's like bronzer, blush, highlight all in one. The Hourglass formulas definitely give you that lit from within kind of look as well, so I love it with glowy makeup. I've gotten so used to looking at myself with pink blush that now I feel like I always need a little bit, even if I do something a bit more neutral. So I'm taking the Buttermelt blush from NYX in the shade Butta Together. This is just a very soft baby pink. You could use it as a blush topper or just as a regular blush. It does have some pigment, but it's very glowy as well. I'm just going to do a little bit right on the apples of my cheeks to bring out some of that pink. These come in really pretty colors too. This one's like my favorite. It's one of the lighter ones, but it still has a lot of pigment, so be mindful you don't need a lot. Then let's go in and do the eyes, which are going to be super simple. So honestly, whenever I do my makeup like this, sometimes I will just do mascara or I'll do a shadow wing. It depends on my mood. Today I'm feeling the shadow wing. So I'm going to use my Icy Nude palette from Huda Beauty. You could use any palette with just a dark brown or black eyeshadow, whatever you like. But I'm going to just use this shade right in here. And actually first, let me highlight my inner corner. Since we're here, I'm going to use this cream color to do that. You could even use a powder as well, like a pressed powder, but I always like to do a little bit of brightness in here. It's all about the details, I always say. I love this cream color too because it's not as harsh as a white. When I do glam, I like to do a very stark white inner corner. But for day to day, this one is a nice neutral tone. Now we do the shadowing. So when I do this, I like to start right on the outer corner and just flick it out. And the key is using an angled brush. This one is from e.l.f. And then I bring it in about midway. Since it's eyeshadow, it's very forgiving, so you don't have to be precise. I love the way this looks with neutral makeup too. It just gives it a little something and gives the eyes a little bit more shape. Curling the lashes really makes a difference also. Even when I'm not wearing makeup, I like the way this looks because it really opens up the eyes. I'm going to do a little bit of tight line with a brown eyeliner. This is the perfect brown eyeliner from Makeup by Mario. It's literally called the perfect brown. And it is. And then Hailey's Beauty Reveal Lash Lengthening Mascara. This is definitely super lengthening. This really combs every lash and it does not get clumpy. For lips, I'm going to go in with Love Trap from Charlotte Tilbury first. I love this color too because it has a bit of like a kind of like a rose undertone, but it's very neutral. It doesn't pull too pink or orangey. Then I'm going to top it off with the same lip treatment that I used earlier from Ole Henriksen in Lingonberry Jam Glimmer. Has like that shimmery finish. And this is the completed makeup look. If you wanted to, you could add a little extra Dalba First Spray Serum just to enhance the glow and marinate your products a little bit more. I'm gonna just add a touch of this. I can literally spray this all day long because it's so lightweight. So this is the everyday glowy makeup. Try it out, you guys. It is so easy, very glowy but long wearing. And I always feel so pretty and put together whenever I do makeup like this because I feel like it's not too much, but it's just enough. So everything, as always, will be linked down below in the description box. Don't forget to check out the Dalba skincare goodies down below as well. Thank you guys for being here, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye!